My baby girl. She came to me in a dream, and for a brief moment I couldn't remember who she was. She laughed and played as she sat next to me. The feeling of joy that she gave me felt like the 4th of July, Christmas, my birthday, and New Year's Day all rolled into one. The more we stared into each other's eyes, my memory began to dress itself. I asked her to help me remember. She then smiled in a way that says, "Don't worry, take my hand, and I'll never leave you." She gave me the strength I needed just when I needed it. She knew what she was doing, standing in the gap so I wouldn't fall. But how could I after looking an angel face to face? I got so busy with the planning of life that I wasn't living life at all. She told me the only thing I needed to do to be with her was just take it slow, because time is not real. It's just one moment that is forever changing. It was high noon when we met, and now the sun was setting on a day that was like no other. We wouldn't be apart forever, but for now, she needed to journey on, so that when she returns, it will have been greater than the last. We hugged with joy sprinkled with sadness because we didn't know when we would meet again. We also laughed and smiled with a little uncertainty, and to make it all right, just as she turned to leave, she said, "Who loves you, baby?" I smiled and replied, "You do, baby girl. You do. If you're mine." Some say pictures are worth 1,000 words, but for me, that's an understatement. Because I look at this picture of an angel sent from up above, I've said 1,000,000 so far, and that's just the beginning. I see the beauty in her eyes, her smile, the graceful way her hair rests on her shoulders, and I can't help but think, did she ever cry for me? Did she ever look for me? Did she ever endure sleepless nights just as I did? So much runs through my mind like, is she mine? Only time will tell, but the first thing I'd tell is, I'm sorry, baby girl, but daddy didn't know. But I'll say this. Without you, I've endured pain unheard of, days filled with sorrow masked by gleaming eyes with a smile as if all was well, but deep down it wasn't. So many years I've sat at parks, beaches, and amusement parks and watched fathers with their daughters and wondered when would it be my turn to bask in the joys of my baby girl, enjoying all the little moments that bring laughs, smiles, and tears of joy as I hold her dear to me. But soon the day will come where I'll know for sure. But whether I am or whether I'm not, if you'll have me, I'll be here for you till my dying day, forever. Are we ever really okay? I think I'm okay now. Yeah, I really do. See, in the past, I would fall in love about 1,000 times a day, maybe more. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. It'd start with a glance here and there, then it would go from a wink to a smile in zero point 0.5 seconds. And then it happens. A woman I don't know cries her heart out so much the makeup she wears looks like it's been through a rainstorm. But it's the middle of summer, and on the clearest day ever, as she sits on a park bench, she struggles with the fact that she looks me deep in my eyes and she can't recognize the reflection she sees as her own because she doesn't know who she is anymore. So I ask her to take my hand and walk with me so that she can talk with me. And if we do it right, we just might get that summer rain that has the power to answer every question. This is an untitled piece. Here we go. People often fly into tomorrow as if today never existed, only to realize they're in the now, hoping and wishing for the day that never comes because reality is more than what we say it is. She loves me. She loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Things said as boys and girls merely trying to find the ways to strengthen the love that flows from their hearts, that moms and dads vow to protect at all cost. But is it really ever enough to love wholeheartedly as if love was complicated? I don't think it is. It's just that dust and debris sometimes get in the way. High wire. Without a net, she tightropes through the sky, graceful as a ballerina, needing no one to catch her. This is her time. This is her show. This is her moment. Watch her as she steals the show right in front of you. Will you notice, or will you be entranced by her gracefulness? This here is another untitled piece. Sometimes in life, poison will grow like a weed in a bed of roses, trying to strangle the very essence you hold deep inside, but stay strong. One day the rose will have to forgive the weed simply because the only way it could survive is to embrace all things beautiful, hoping and praying and wishing for forgiveness in its purest of form so that it may be set free. Free simply because it searches for acceptance in a world filled with uncertainties, all the while believing all is well in the land of milk and honey. The breath you breathe dances on a star. Many nights I suddenly awoke with the feeling I'd like to say it's the spirit of angels. See, I felt this presence lurking in need of someone. So at night I would stay awake and pray, sometimes staying up so long an hour of sleep was all I would get. But it was worth it, simply because everyone in my family still had the breath of life flowing within them. Because I dare not wake up in the morning and find their bodies lifeless, because that would be tragic. Waking up to a beautiful day to know that your world is turned upside down and you don't know how to flip it right side up because right side up is what keeps you going. But sometimes in life, you're not left with right side up. You're left with all things deeply rooted in chaos. And you're left to pick up the pieces. And you wonder why you cry. You cry at night so long and so loud, the world becomes sleepless. Staying up wondering, when will it end? When will the cries end? When will the sorrows end? Is the sun going to shine today? Will it shine forever and a day? Will it? No one ever really knows for sure, but we spend our time hoping and wishing that any and everything that we love lives. We sometimes live so fast, we don't see the moments that have slipped through our fingers because of our need to have it now. Our need to have it now has left us feeling empty, left us feeling lifeless because we don't treasure the moment. The years of treasuring the moment have come and gone. Generations know not what they were because they were not passed down. Passed down to breathe life into the lives that will grow, learn, and take over. Be grateful for the breath you breathe, because every breath you breathe is someone else's last. Waste not an ounce of their breath. Breathe it in and treasure it, because one day that breath could be your last. What will you do then? What will your loved ones do when there's no more breath to breathe? No more life to give? Will we just sit and stare into the blackness that somehow shines at the same time because it's their face that you see? End poem. Thank you. Live the life that God gives you to the fullest, because we never know when He'll stop giving life.